Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Day Zero and Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on top left side as the green Forscythe, we got Zerobillion. Spawn on bottom right side as the blue Penny, we got a foreign name, +1. When it comes to COs, Forscythe is of course unchanged with the cartridge counterparts, standard board and chaos, 5 radius, 0 expansion, 0 energy. And of course provides all units +20/+20. And seeing this map is a little bit more of a medium range size map, that should cover a decent amount of the map. Penny is of course slightly buffed from the cartridge counterpart. Standard boarding cost, 3 radius, 30, 60, 60. All that's pretty much just stated. All units are affected by unaffected by weather, and units in the CO zone gets +15/+15. Additionally, share superpower, Mr. Bear with some random weather for 3 turns. So, let's go and get started. Greed +1. Oh, is that what it means? I can't really read nor speak foreign. Not to mention, even to stuff that's even outside of English characters, I really have trouble reading. It's just a bunch of lines to me. Once again, it's got bikes spawn in the field. You do start with a decent number of properties on this map, so it does pretty encourage bike production. Not to mention all the roads in the map. Now I got a pair of some infantry now being summoned. This map is a 3-base map, 1 airport, no comm towers, and we got a recon here by Forscythe. He's may load himself up into the recon there. Mech, bike. So we got an early mech. And does load himself up into the recon there. I'm to be aggressive with it, engage all the bikes. And a big round of infantry there by Forscythe. Of course, he did go for a CO unit, which only cost, what, 2,000 funds? Nothing too significant. Oh, just ATR there. ATR right now is a little bit interesting. Probably trying to counter out all the assets on the field. It was quite expensive. Did spend her entire fortune on it. Tank artillery, and he's got another base skip there by Forscythe. CO loaded Penny on an 8-year. I know I've been saying that should be a good idea for Brat, but for Penny, that's interesting. In this current composition, she's gonna have a bit of shooting gallery in front of her, so I think she's trying to go for a power charge play, because Penny is devastating when she gets a chain of superpowers going with her 3 days of random weather. After all the random weather, regardless of weather, is going to be beneficial to her. Probably the least beneficial I would say is probably snow, but rain can be the deadliest, while sandstorm is just very good. Rain in a non-fog war game is deadly because it forces fog war and horrible fog war, since all units have to be completely blind. It would be a good idea for Forscythe to get out flares. We got a Penny tank here. Out of range of the tank up here. She's probably going to send the battle top anti-air tank. I think she should Forscythe should have gone for the anti-air right there to get Scream for there. Because Penny could simply send the battlecopter up north. Goes back to command tank, of course. Puts on the city there, trying to lure in towards the battlecopter. Successful shot there on the infantry unit there. Round the artillery. No fun. Bleed. Tank, recon, and bike. Right now I've got 16,000 versus 15,000, so slight advantage for Penny. This is the last there's two despicable neutral properties here, so which property? Here we go. There's the property that's different. This one is despicably neutral. They may be able to interrupt it with this. Yes. It'd be annoying. 16 energy. Gets a strike there, of course, within Forscythe zone, so it does get some extra defense. Tank bike. Tank anti-air, base skip. Mech gets a good strike there on Penny's command recon. And she does have a reserve of tanks. She right now has 33 energy. Sure, energy, her CO zone's getting a bit more and more dangerous. I wonder what the forecast will bring. I'm guessing Sandstorm as the first forecast. Got a good line of tanks here by Forscythe. Pulls back his recon there. Cannot be doting any power charge to Penny right now. And right now Forscythe has pretty good core of tanks here. Battlecopter, bike, infantry. These battlecopters still in the region. And of course has some bridges she has to cross. Recon, push forward. Tank, artillery, bike. 100,000 in the field versus 88. Make that less than 100,000 now. Some good picks here, trying to threaten the cap there. The recon's almost out of fuel, very nice. A lot of good hits there. Penny may will push forward, get some good power charge. She could get enough power charge for her power next turn. And now she's able to pull out the following turn is unknown, but we've got a good number of tanks in the region. At least 2 full health tanks of battlecopter. Probably put around the anti-air. Of course, got another anti-air here. You think snow? No, we'll find out soon enough. But right now it's going to be hard to get that little extra power charge going. Interrupts the capture once again. Getting as much damage done. 49 energy. 51, 52. No superpower charge, but it's likely she can get it next turn. There's the battlecopter. Forscythe recon aggressively pushing forward. That can be easy target. Massive counterattack here. And nothing to really threaten the command anti-air. The Forscythe has cleaned up quite a bit. Penny's on the 68. 79, so she's down by about 10,000. But her superpower is almost available. Remember as well, she does fly plus 15, and her radius is slightly smaller, which is slightly worse than Forscythe, who's just now down entirely. Superpower is available. Pop it. You guessed correctly. So we got snow. All the movement is reduced by 1. Reducing reinforcements. That's actually probably a little bit devastating towards this rocket. Look how slow the rocket's going to go. This will reduce mobility, allow her to outrange stuff. Massive counterattack here. Not to mention she gets plus 15 global. Plus 15% global, not warming but cooling. That joke sort of missed. Battlecopter, triple double bike, and infantry. I guess you put quite a bit into the into snow. It's hard for me to evaluate how effective snow is. I put a lot of value into rain in non-fog war games. Forscythe blows himself into an infantry unit there. Command squad. Forscythe does have 2,000 income, but it's going to be slow going. Pink can start getting some extra power charge going, trying to flip some properties. A lot of infantry in range now. $12 energy. Up push forward there. Gets a small little pick there. The Battlecop's going to have trouble running away. It could get trapped in the corner. Tank, artillery, bike. Tank, bike. Main interior is actually almost out of fuel, which is always impressive when you're almost out of fuel. And it looks like Penny's just setting up in the formation. Looks like she's not going to chain those two powers. Not utilizing the snow to its fullest potential. Is this like Forscythe's last turn in snow? I've already lost count. Yep, so for his last turn for snow for Forscythe. So no chain of weather there. So Forscythe has Weather the Storm, 114 versus 106, or 110. So it's pretty even right now. Forscythe did a good job of not continuing bleeding off energy to Penny to get Chain of Weather. And I think it's actually partially thinks it was Rocket, actually. Because the Rocket was close enough for provide presence, not necessarily offensively, but was able to provide. Oh. Quest to end the game draw there. I was not expecting that there. It's the first time I've cast a replay where that happens. But I'm guessing the game will continue. I think because of the Assault Vest, looks like Green's going to be hyper aggressive. I think because Green wanted the. I forget which player wanted to end the game in a draw. So this game's going to be very explosive very soon. The front lines are. Okay, it looks like this. Penny asked the game to end be a draw. Forscythe says no, we continue. So Forscythe is making his move. The game will continue. Penny will not get her deploy her superpower this turn, but she'll get a good amount of power in charge. Could perhaps be a little bit more aggressive, keeping out of range of the artillery and the rocket for now. Front line just are merging, but not collapsing. And he got 22 energy there. If Forscythe attack, Penny can deploy out her superpower in that same turn. Penny asking for the game to be a draw. It's also hard for me to say if or not Forscythe should take the draw. Forscythe is more in center of the map in a, how to put it, in a forward position. Brings in a bomber, so Forscythe's taking up to a bomber to help break the front line. Penny's making her advance. Forscythe's command infantry there was exposed. Got a tank on the HQ there. Not sure if that was intended to be a swap out, but looks like it may have been. Trying to go breach the rocket, does not breach the rocket. 53 energy, but she will not get her superpower Glory superpower this turn since she has moved. Unless she will not get enough power draw there. We do have a rocket in right there. Penny could lose her command anti-air. Tank, bike, artillery. Steals a tank there, so does swap it out. Decent chunk there. Possible that the... Oh, rocket strikes the tank there. Big hits there. Pretty sizable counterattack. Takes out Penny's command or anti-air, so no stormy weather. Forscythe has a pretty good position right now. Bomber advancing. Penny's turn. Could seal this tank down south. Probably should. Does. So they're raiding on in. Takes out that tank there. Forscythe uses command tank, but Forscythe could be loaded up to a bomber the next turn. Good hits there. Rocket still not utilized. Using the rocket last. Good power charge by Penny. Getting, look at that. Just constantly getting the energies pulled forward. Constantly getting power charge there. She's already up to 48 energy. And she just got it redeployed into a tank this turn. So next turn she can possibly pull out her power again. We're going to see a Forscythe bomber. Forscythe tank. Forscythe bomber is probably not needed. Let's be frank, the tank is definitely a better call. Good hits there. Slowly cleaning on up, good strike there. Anti-air strike spike. Good hit there, tank falls back. Forecast, more like Forscythe. Okay, good. Good one. Let's see now. It is possible Penny to get her superpower. Let's see, the rocket. Artillery. I'm trying to see if there's any way for Penny to get enough power charge this turn. She has nothing to gauge the bomber. Her... Let's see, anything that's... The only thing that's in range right now is this tank and a infantry unit, or with the indirects, the tank and the infantry unit there. So that's only 9 power charge. So looks like Penny cannot get her superpower this turn, as far as I can see. Yep, no superpower this turn for Penny. Gets 56 energy. Keep the tank in reserve. She has to get her power this turn. She needs a weather. She has her power charge. She has to blow her superpower next turn, but got a Forscythe bomber. I don't know if that can one-shot. I don't know how much damage a Forscythe boosted bomber can do, but nice screen there, putting units in front of the bomber, but that's actually can easily be broken through. Okay, the Forscythe bomber does not go with the command tank, so Penny will get her superpower next turn. And Forscythe's falling back. He is going to wait out the storm. Excellent play there by Forscythe. They have equal income right now. Got one possible flip in favor of Forscythe. Penny could wait a turn. I think Penny needs a charge. Let's see. Any way to get... No, nothing can range the bomber. The bomber still has free reign. I think right now what Forscythe wants, or Penny wants, is Mr. Bear to summon some rain. I think that'll be best for her, so she can close the distance. If you see the bomber, I think it's a roll? I'm not sure. It'll be expensive. It's probably better to go for the Forscythe tank. After all, it doesn't have to worry about power charge. No weather. She's going to stall it out even further. Forcing Forscythe to be defensive, way of the storm, but now he's waiting out clear skies. Ooh, that's a... I do like that call. Let's see. And Penny's command tank is out of range of the bomber. Another anti-air here to provide anti-air coverage up north as well. Penny's asking for a draw. No, don't draw. I want this game to continue. The stall out by Penny's superpower is a good call. And ends signs of draw. I think Penny should pop the superpower this turn and see what weather she gets. Rain, she can advance. Sandstorm, it's gonna hurt Forscythe. Snow, he dealt with the snow last time quite well. Looks like no superpower this turn. Forscythe can't advance because who knows what the weather is. Forscythe, I think he should go for a flare relatively soon, because if rain, it's going to hurt him really bad for rain, particularly for the bomber. The bomber needs line of sight. Sandstorm just will hurt in general. Snow is probably the least impactful. I don't know. But right now, with stuff advancing, Forscythe is advancing forward in formation. I want to see a flare by Forscythe. This formation needs a flare because of the possible rain. And flares are still good in combat. Meteor, Battlecopter, and base skip. Does it hurt the catch there? Right now, Forscythe does have the income advantage. Looks like there's going to be no weather this turn. Whether or not? No. I got a stupid pun ready. Tank, A-tier, infantry. So the game's sort of stalling out because neither side wants to advance the Penny superpower. She's being very smart about it. Forscythe is advancing. I still want to see a flare. Rig, tank, and bike. Sandstorm. Sandstorm hurts, period. Especially the first turn, because she also gets plus 50% defense global. So Forscythe is down 45% firepower, barring out the CO zone, which is minus 25% firepower. Sandstorms hurt. Yeah, even in CO zone, this tank has minus 10% firepower. Well, whether or not, here she comes. Yeah, that sail pump could have been better. And Penny does. Penny resigns. Maybe a bit premature? Guess she didn't want Sandstorm. Ah, that's sort of a shame. This game was so good, I wanted to continue. This Angerade saying, think of watching, and on to next replay.